So let's go. So dámsky je niekde okolo? Asi hej.
No,
Hej,
čo
tak
pak?
paráda. Tak
Okay.
poďme si začať, hej, nemôžeme vystrihnúť veci. OK, so let's start. Okay, so hello everyone. I would like to welcome you at our fourth Meet Hours. And I'm really glad that actually you are probably listening this from the record, because there's like a huge bear market everywhere, and nobody's like visiting the crypto Twitter recently days. But we actually made the huge progress on terms of the progress, the development, and the stuff in the Kodadot. I would like to share the few bits with you and with the developers who are actually contributing to our code, and growing the community documentation and whatever stuff we can like happily to share with you as well. So yeah, I think what I'm actually right now the screening sharing is like a thread of the Metaverse notes, where actually everybody's like preparing their notes, which actually helps them to read through, and is like their, let's say, the bullet points where actually can expand on various thoughts they might would like to share with you in our bi-weekly digest. It's actually free for anyone who actually helping contributing to drive the Corrado development and etc. and all the stuff you might be curious about or something like that. So if you anytime will have the questions during our meet hours, feel free to ask anytime in our channel or here or whatsoever, or just raise your hand. You know it. So yeah, basically we just call it like the team meet this time is like the breakup of Yugoslavia, because our code was like been a bit decomposed, like the land of the Yugoslavia in the small states, and we just found it really memorable. And the second was like the pic of the dog, like the bear you maybe know from the Good Morning channel. So yeah, I would like start with the easy ones. So right now our I would like to say the repository of the Corridors is like getting on the steady attention from the stargazers, and we slowly will be looking like how to optimize our repository for like getting more trending and bring more developers naturally to contributing more and more to the Corridor. So actually, so far we growth is most likely the organic, and whenever you are on the GitHub and you haven't yet clicked the star on our GitHub, please do so, and it would like really help us to drive our project forward, and it's like costs nothing, and you can be like part of our stargazing graph in the future, which probably grow really a lot in the future. So I would like just briefly go through the numbers. So as usually, I love the peak on our development numbers that we recently moved to the Cloudflare as our provider to serving the pages, but we kept our development at the Netlify, and our current the cycles you may see them is actually having its own peaks, and you may see that actually on the 21st of January we have like quite a lot of builds and a lot of pull requests in the code, which actually searched almost to 250 minutes burned in one day, which is like really amazing, and it signalizes like we are taking a lot of the progress forward, and we are changing quite a lot of the code there. And totally we actually burned around over 2000 minutes, which is quite a lot on the usual project, and I seen there is actually a steady rise there. So and yeah, and we actually crossed the record, like we have like 62 builds on the one day of the code, which is really amazing. Usual stuff on our pull requests, which actually show significance how much actually contributors are engaged, is actually I would like say the denominated in the pull requests. And usual months we have like around the 100 pull requests per monthly basis, but now we actually it's changed, and we have like around 200 pull requests, which is quite super amazing, and I'm super happy for that. It's account something on average like 6 pull requests on the daily basis. So actually that's sort of sets our pace of the development right now, and we believe we can like push it much further with every new developer is coming there. It will help us to bring the various functionality to Kodadot itself and drive the vision much forward, and together with the other developers as well. And even now, yeah, I can like I will be talking later on that. That help us a lot to development happened without me or the wiki, and the developers like the Kilian, Darshana, Leo actually made a lot of pull requests, and without me like being present for like a few days or so, which is really lovely. And yeah, we'll get back to it later. So this is like basically charted, which is like public available on our GitHub, and you can see like there's like a lot of people are contributing, like 15 people on this graph. And for example, whenever somebody who would like to try to bring their skills or love some the challenging puzzle or so, or like looking for some side hustle, it's more than invited to participate and can get rewarded as well. So actually anyone can come over and sharpen the skill and learn some new stuff from our code, as we realize that we are using super bleeding edge stuff like Cloudflare Kiwi workers and durable objects and functions and what's out there, probably the Vue tree, hopefully, and other new tech we'll get back to later. So speaking of the speed improvements, I would like to highlight that Wiki will be today talking about the Cloudflare images, which actually helped us to provide or cut down the loading times. And no matter where actually on the internet, you should like load super fast. I think right now it's on the beta, and it will gradually rolled to the productions as well. And yeah, we can shine more light on this as well. With the cleaning code, we actually receive some faster builds, and usually our builds like took around 4 minutes, and now actually it builds like around 1 and 70 seconds, which is like much faster than previous builds. And on other building providers, we can like save the precious minutes, but what it actually helps it at developers machines actually builds through the bundlers much faster. Various pieces of the codes generate is much shorter, and anytime somebody make the change on the pull request, anyone can like review sooner. So actually our reflections on the developer cycles is much shorter on the speaking from the perspective of the size of the application or something like that. So yeah, plus yeah, we removed some packages and dependencies thanks to the Kilian Darshan and there that actually help us like to cut the various dependencies which actually poses some security risks or something like that. And yeah, that's basically on the lightweighting all the whole process. Actually, anytime the new developers come, it could like take them a few seconds before the Kodadot app will run on their local machines, which is really super nice. That next stuff is actually we installed like few bots like to help us like the grinding on the stuff. That one is actually renovate, which usually help us debump the packages and actually helps us mitigate some security concerns and have pretty recent and latest code to running there. And then actually we installed the prettier. So actually, yeah, we have like the formatted code finally. So actually it's bumping raise on the code quality and this kind of stuff. And yeah, actually, welcome Leo, that we try to bump up on the builds. So actually we'd like to have at every build to check if our builds actually went flawlessly, because we would like to save some the precious Netlify minutes, as we have like renovate bot and we need to skip some Netlify builds in some various occasions, like when renovate bumps new packages which is actually not needed. Then from the other stuff is actually we introduced the flat collection fee, which was made by the wiki, briefly saying that we make it much simpler for now. So actually now the fee for the minting the collection was like around the 0.07 cents, which was like quite cheap, yeah, of course, but doesn't much the cover what actually we'll be storing and paying the bandwidth, as we are keeping that the picture, for example, usual window for 2 and 3 more years, and you are paying the fee just the once. So actually, we had like yeah the free textile, free pinata, and all the stuff. But since then, since I didn't average on the, I would like say no average. Since April, that was like we had like stuff like the Cloudflare images, the workers, which actually helps like provide some serverless functions there. Then the Cloudflare pages actually builds your site and adding some super source, making providing on edge servers around the world. And then actually we have like the Pinata Pro, which actually helps to the pinning the stuff. and peanut a virtual dedicated gateway, which actually also costs something over the monthly basis and this kind of stuff. And that's pretty much that's it. And with the S2R pinning is, I guess, for free right now, but I guess there will be some costs as well. And in upcoming, yeah, our indexers will start costing something. So actually, the development costs would like need to cover as well. So that's actually our goal for future as well. And yeah, right now, yeah, the basic flat fee would be like around 50 cents per minted collection. And for NFT mint will be like 50 cents as well. Plus, yeah, $1 will go for the Yakoda forest itself. And you can like see this change in the pull request 1967 if you would like to see. Another stuff on our program would be like we would like to have something like the incentivized testing, as we really lack the people who like to get report us back. I think with recent issues, we would like to integrate something where actually help us like the catch error bugs on the client, something like it's called like the sentry or the bug snack. So actually we can have better overview of the people who actually the playing with the code right now, and will help us like have sooner the crack on the error before the users will get back to us or something like that. So that would help a lot. On the other side, yeah, we plan to like roll out our code base for some the public bug bounty program. So actually, we would like to raise our bar on the security issues and have the dedicated sort of people who can like are super familiar with the security stuff and would like help us to fix some stuff a bit ahead before some vulnerability might happen or cost us something more or so. So actually, we'd like to try to be more preventive and be more like the anti-fragile in this. With the other stuff is that yeah, would like probably changing this the bug bounty progress or something like that, and adding some then security program itself. So with probably recent like internal upgrades is that actually yeah I found like myself is like I'm really bit the bottleneck when of all the development right now. So actually, I try to learn how to be like more replaceable. So actually, as you see a down picture, you can see like there was like was or over 25 pull requests. Yeah, I think including the pod ones. And I just took some days of like writing some faster bot who would like to process the payouts and bit yeah automatize this kind of stuff. So actually I can like took much more mental downtime for me, which is actually really much needed. And the goal would be like there that actually people can pay the bounties on our behalf of Kodadot. So actually the people who actually right now have like the right access to the repository can have like introduce some spending limit, and with the right rights can approve their pull requests, which actually really help them pay out the rewards between them, and they will like the create sort of the circle of the trust where actually people can pay out the stuff without them being present or so. And I can like go for the link, another strategic stuff we need to like have for the meetup and this kind of stuff. So yeah, and that will like introduce like the really non-blocking environment. As I really love it that actually we have like a lot of backlogged issues and people really so far love to work on the Kodadot and really motivate each other if they can like do the payout or something like that. So that could be a really nice experiment in pretty soon. And what's next is actually that these meet hours will Damsky probably speak about the documentation, as we will have like dedicated site for the docs, and he started really filling up the stuff with the setting up the stuff like the simple mint, the classic collections, how you top up your wallet, and we'll briefly extending it for the other stuff. I'm really happy that actually that helped me up to set up this stuff like deployment and make the onboarding call. And now he's really great aspiring technical writer. So actually looking forward to he can like share this metaverse, his learnings with the ViewPress and his new experience in the Markdown, I would like say. And to just finish my slot because I would like to be short, that I this time actually I cherry picked like the few issues we originally thought like it would be really nice to tackle in upcoming meet hours. And one of them is actually like which is we have like super nice priorities like create some sort of the Kodadot API where we would like to wrap our current indexer calls and stuff like the wiki wrote the mini park is called, which actually helps you like mint collection stuff. And we can like start opening gates for the writing the other apps around the Kodadot or Coda protocol, which we'll be introducing as well. And we will like slowly snowballing this kind of stuff, and I will like open the doors to writing other people to application on the top, which actually really much needed. Uh, I think probably the one of the greatest issues we will like receive would be like the reworking landing page bit. We had like today the design call, and we identify the component which would be really nice needed for like the putting the, for example, collection for which has most buys for last week, for example. And then actually I would like to have the payout leaderboard for the developers, which would be really nice and much needed. And for the future, yeah, I think the developers sometimes they ask like the which issue to pick or so. So actually, I try to go through and the curate the few of them. So actually, I think we still need to work on the collection view, which actually would like not to showing the empty collections, like the have better filter there. And then actually, we would like to probably focus on the search issue because we believe like that the search is like the really majority of controlling some app if you are looking for something. We right now show you only the name of the NFT, but we would like to can show you the searching by the artist name. So actually we can like make it from index if I'm right, and that we can like help you the pinpoint on the artist name. And then Wiki's ideas was like having the full text, so actually you can like search from the description of the NFT, for example, or something like that, so which could be really nice. And then we have idealized some the stuff where actually we can like try to suggest you the words to search. So not like the collection which are related with the word, but the words which actually can yield different results on etc. And on analytics side, yeah, we would like much needed like rework how the collections insights actually are using subsquid or subquery, as the subquery released finally some the aggregate function. So actually you can like count numbers not on the front end, but we can like it could be offloaded on their indexers, which could be really much needed. And then the analytics for the creators are getting on our scope, which is really much requested stuff and feature out there. And yeah, probably basically that's it. And I can hand over my mic to Wiki.
Okay, thanks for the mic, Mate. It was like pretty packed info from you. And yeah, regarding to the my side or my meta minutes, yeah, the biggest update since like 2 weeks ago is the Cloudflare images. And yeah, what brings Cloudflare images especially and why we are so hyped about it is like it brings far lower data usage to the page. So as an example of meet hours, I use the donkey collection from the subsquid, and they are in the super high resolution, and it means that the page itself has around like 106 megabytes, and after the Cloudflare images, like the same page has 134 kilobytes. So we downscaled the image like by 99%. So yeah, it brings a much faster load without sacrificing the quality of the image. And how is that possible? That Cloudflare image used the new AV format, which was developed by Netflix, and it gives you the crispy image with a much lower bandwidth that you use. So yeah, now every image on the Kodadot is served through the Cloudflare images, and if the image is not stored on the Cloudflare image, then we don't use the IPFS version out of it. So you still have the image, and like every 30 minutes there is a cron. We actually hack to the GitHub actions, and it downloads the images from the IPFS and then push it to the Cloudflare images, and we'll cut the interval to the 15 minutes. And yeah, of course this hacks wouldn't be possible without the community contribution. So thanks to the unknown one 112. So he was able to tame some asynchronous Python scripts. So now it's like, yeah, processing really fast. And additionally to the UI, we allow we are able to show any type of the NFT media on the gallery page. So, for example, artists like Clown World House or One Row Artist are able to show their 3D objects directly on the gallery view. So, as you can see on the image, we show the spaceships. Before it wasn't possible, but now it's like super nice. And yeah, we show any type of image right now, even if it's 3D or video or whatever, it's shown on the gallery. And thanks to the Roy for the CSS magic. And yeah, and if you still are savvy on the payload, you can opt out of this feature, so still enjoy the Cloudflare images with the minimal data throughput. And yeah, regarding to the optimization, as Val mentioned, we did a ton of refactor, and yeah, trying to maintain the highest code quality. And so we refactored the minting UI and the gallery item, and yeah, there is no like visible output out of it, but it brings a better developer experience for like other contributors, and it's easier to build the new features. So for example, when we are going to the basilisk, we have to just use a couple of the components and build it fast. And along with that, heads up to the Roncha, he initialized the end-to-end integration test using Cypress. And what does it mean is that with every PR, the test will automatically click through the app, so we won't have any magic bugs that something isn't clickable or something just disappeared, because it compares the snapshot of the last merged PR against the PR which someone made. So we would have less bugs. And yeah, finally we have officially released StateMine implementation of Kodadot. Today we released the article, so go ahead to kodadot.medium.com and check it. It's really nice. And yeah, regarding to the numbers, I played with the data analytics a couple like last weekend, and I found a couple of nice grabs. And to this date, uh, more than one for 40,000 kusama has been spent on NFTs, and we are happy to be part of it. And if you look down on the graph below, you can see that how much was spent kusama like each day from like March until the until the last weekend. And regarding to the last update, we have moved our internal packages from Vue Polkadot, which we used before, to the Kodadot one on the npm.js, and all the code is stored on the GitHub Kodadot slash packages. So if you would like to check it out, we would be more than happy for the feedback. And yeah, that's all from my side, and I'm happy to pass the mic to the Damski.
All right, thank you for the mic. Nice upgrades, nice development. I really like it as well, and mainly the speed. It's just amazing. So, just let me load my stuff. I'm thinking to share the screen for a while, but we'll see if I need to. I think not for now. So, as you can see, and in what I wrote to Met Hours 4, we managed actually, thanks to updated frequently asked questions and thanks to the documentation that we are creating, we managed to close a couple issues that are linked mainly to FAQ, and there is like 10 or maybe 12 more. So I will be having a look onto them, and I will try to fill them in the documentation, and then afterwards work with Christian and send it to the main page so we can have it all like updated and on the same level. So these are basically the ones that were closed, and they are from the Kodadot V3 redesign post or issue that Xylodrone made. That's a huge issue. So I'm trying to tick some boxes from there, and we will be writing actually a lot of stuff now because there was also one issue that maybe a person comes to Kodadot and doesn't know what NFT is or doesn't even know what crypto is, but somehow just appears to Kodadot. So I would like to write something like what is it all about, like make a thorough explanation of what NFTs are. That will go to the documentation first, and then we can maybe send it to the main page also. And we'll be, of course, working on the bug bounty program text for WoW and for the whole project, because I think that's pretty much needed and definitely will attract a lot of developers. As far as I know, developers love bug bounties, and if the program will be well made, which I'm sure it will, then I think we're gonna have plenty of developers tackling issues. Also, I've been in contact with Pedro from RM Terra, which are basically making a Coda forest, and they are in collaboration with us. So I got plenty of materials from him. I try to give him as interesting questions as possible, so I can get a lot of information from him and write some article also about this, because we haven't done much on this part. I think maybe only one article or something. So that will be also in the production, and of course ton of stuff for Kodadot documentation. I've managed actually to fill it in quite nicely, but there's still a lot to fill in. So I wouldn't be afraid that if it doubled or tripled by next meta hours. So with regards to Discord, there has been some job made on the membership screening, because we needed to add the gate for first, because we had some spammers coming to the server, and now the gate is kind of working. So for now it's fine until we have the I can't remember how is it called, Octopolis or something like that, the NFT gate. So then users will be able to use NFT as a gate to our Discord server. But the second part is to make a possibility for Discord users to completely customize the server according to their needs and according to their passion and stuff like that. So not everyone needs to see the music category, and not everyone needs to see the development category. And if they decide to see it, then they can just simply click the role and see it, and just communicate in there. Also, there is an OG row in preparation for heavy minters and early adopters. We just want to have some space for people who stick on Kodadot for a very long time and who are minting very often. We want to make some space for them and make them feel that they are appreciated, which of course they are, but having some kind of OG row and separated channel is a nice way to say thank you also. I also got rid of some low traffic channels, and I'm looking to get rid of more, because I can feel that Discord, some of the Discord channels are like not that active, or could be maybe like stick to from 3 channels to one. So I I have actually deleted one channel with 2 messages. I think it was regarding the yeah, I think there was just one channel with 2 messages from Val, so he was asking where is it. I just deleted it, but next time we are probably gonna archive everything in case somebody will want to pick up the links, even if it's like short. So yeah, and there is actually a ongoing discussion about the Discord reorganization and spam fight, which everyone can attend and have some of their opinions shared there, because we always appreciate opinions from the community. And of course, if somebody has some experience or just would like to improve something, that's the discussion for. So there has been also some updates done on the onboarding for new users, which is also a continuous work. And I gotta find some hidden bugs, because I don't know why the welcome screen isn't working even though I enabled it. So I have to find out what's the reason behind that. So basically, what was done is that the membership screening was edited because we had like a mixture of functions of Kodadot mixed together with links for Kodadot and together with rows. So I basically cut it out. I only left the rows there because I think that's most important anyway. And then the users can navigate from Kodadot Discord from K overview and just have all the links there. And there was also quite old message from Carbot always when somebody joined the server, so I got rid of that also because I think I haven't seen it actually for a very long time to get a message from some bot when I join other servers. So I feel like it was a little bit disturbing, and I would like to add some love to it and flourish it a little bit with some emojis, maybe make it a little bit nicer and so on. And that is also, of course, a continuous issue. It's the issue rework Discord entry experience for newcomers, so they can basically have a really smooth, um, just really smooth joining for the server. Yeah, now we move to docs, to the documentation. Yeah, so I was honestly always looking to start somewhat coding because I was always around people who were far more experienced than I in terms of code and in terms of smart contracts and stuff like that. So I always wanted to get into it, but I just didn't know where to start or how to do it. I tried to watch some tutorials and stuff like that, but that didn't really do the jinx. But now when I can just actually do something, and thanks to Val who made a quite quick onboarding experience for me pretty smooth, then I can just like simply start to edit some stuff and see the changes right away. So I basically know what I'm doing, and I will be looking to get more familiar with basic commands in command line, learn properly the markdown, view press, and all of the stuff. Like mostly, I would like to make some changes to the config and learn kind of this stuff, so the page can look a little bit more organized. But um, as you say, as some people say, content is king. So that's what we will actually make most of our efforts to fill up the documentation, and then, for example, more experienced hackers or coders can just simply flourish it a little bit, and I can learn from that. So that's just amazing that you can work with someone on same project and see the changes and in real time. And I of course learned also that once you commit some change and then push it, then it's just forever there. So I had some trouble with some screenshots, wanted to hide my balance. I hit it on like 10 screens, but forgot some other ones. But that's the way it is. That's just a nice experience of committing changes and then of pushing it. Yeah, so as I said, mainly working now on the get started stuff. I wanted to fill it up as much as possible. Basically, make a quick tutorial on how to create a wallet, how to top up the wallet, how to mint, and I filled also some more questions to FAQ. And of course, this getting started category should be also filled with videos. For now, I have done a video for Polkadot.js wallet, how to create it. It has around 3.5 minutes, and the tutorial which I made is watchable in the issue created by Val. It's number 1445. It's called Onboarding Experience V0. So that's watchable there, and once I get some feedback on that, then we can upload it to Kodadot YouTube and actually start linking Kodadot YouTube to the documentation, because I feel like not everyone wants to go through billions of screenshots. Somebody just wants to watch a video and then replicate it really real quick just based on the video. So I would like to combine those two together. And since my time is basically in Iceland, I'm right now in Iceland, Reykjavik, and I will be shortly in a couple of weeks moving back to Europe finally. So my working conditions will be like from cafe or from just some various places, so I will see how that's gonna go. But I'm really looking forward to boost up my productivity, get some proper tools back in Europe, and just push it way harder. So that's what I'm looking for, and get a proper internet also, because that's why I'm also not streaming now, because my internet is a little bit slow. I feel like my provider is mad for me for canceling or stuff like that. All right, so yeah, good times ahead, like I said, and I think that will be my entry for now. think I can pass the mic to Val, and I'll be looking forward for next Meta hours.
Yeah, I think, yeah, wow, this is really exhausting. Nice, nice. Love it. Like a lot of updates. I think really looking forward to have like more much stuff on the docs. Actually, more people like can see and found various stuff and onboard much faster. And yeah, really amazing work you done there. Yeah, actually, I just noticed actually like we finally, we have like the FAQs. That's really nice. We can like address the FAQ two ways. Oh, I found glitch. So it's like on my folder, and yeah, that's really really great stuff there. So yeah, hopefully like this time like the artists finally have instructions how to create the stuff, and they're really not that much the struggling. And looking forward that you will be back in the Europe and the closer to us. That was really nice. Hopefully, like the meeting here in real life or something like that. That's nice. So, do we have like any questions or something like that? And that's a good idea to check. But yeah. And Vroncha, I think if you want to say something, you feel free.
Hey, yes. Oh, wow, we can share a
Yeah.
screen. I can
Oh, yeah.
present.
Oh, you can present because you've got interview. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I can present
Feel free.
screen. Hey guys, no, this is great work. I remember like just from Meta, like last couple of Meta hours. I think this is great because a lot of people are don't know how to mint, and I did not know, and I still don't know, to be honest with you guys. Like I don't know how to use like airdrop or like change collection or like create a collection. So there's lots of things that are just you know it, but it's you don't know it. Anyway, let me get back to the the XR stuff. So we made good progress on that. In terms of because at the end of the day, we have to create a multiplayer player avatar kind of like system. So what I was kind of focusing on was the engine, the game engine that's going to control everything, so that we have a better way to kind of create. So I have some demo examples, and then I would need the community's help because I'm not a designer or like an artist. So because we have to because in order to create a spatial thing, there are multiple steps, right? You have the actual code, or the feature, and then you also have the design of that world. And we can create a regular world, but as a developer, you're not a creative person. So if we have to create some lights or a stage or like so for example, Deep Logic, right? So like, he has a great collections of different things and stuff, and I'm sure he has a good idea of if he wanted to kind of create a world of his NFTs and stuff and present it in a way that people can view and things like that. So then, so we're kind of thinking from an artist perspective. Let me share my screen real quick, and then I can show you some examples and maybe eventually like sorry, I'm just changing my screen. Give me a second. So yeah, I think I'm getting excited about all this stuff, and once you guys kind of see or rather like being able to. Okay. Do you guys see my screen by any chance?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you can. Okay. Okay. Let me first start with Codaland. You guys see it, right? Just stop me if you guys okay. Codaland. So this is the idea of creating the world. So for example, this is Clown World ship that I bought, and then this is my room, for example, and I can walk around and whatnot. You can jump and stuff, and then you can change avatars and things like that. But so I don't know how to fill up the world because I'm not an artist and I don't know how to do it. But the core functionality is there. And then for example, code a coin. So something once you have a 3D world, it's boring. Like what are you gonna do here, right? We want to do something interactive so that so that when you enter the world or whatnot. So the idea is that you're gonna walk around, and if this is my space, my NFTs will show up here, and people can explore, and then they can view it. And this space is this space we can basically create bigger, smaller. Doesn't have to be this exact one, but if if we use the streets functionality, what happens is then we can create. All we need to do is sort of create a bunch of streets and connect it so that you can Sorry, guys.
Chick chick, bling. Collect all the coins and buy some bling.
So then we have a quarter coin. So imagine we have some coins or some sort of things that people can collect, right? And then they can view it. So for example, I collected the Dogecoin, those coins, and then you collect it. Then you can see how many you collected. So this has access to the database and stuff like that. So here's the idea. So there'll be an avatar, and then you have this layout that you can control. So imagine you have to buy something, and so you see that, and then you can like play games or shoot or whatever. But we can create additional things. So this is where the artists and as a community have to kind of start thinking about it and things like that. One more example I'd like to show everyone is this multifunction of functionality. Okay, multiplayer basically. Because once we get to that point, we're obviously it's not going to be fun if you just walk around by yourself. We would like, for example, Deep Logic to host a stream, like a live event or something, and people can just go visit his room or whatnot. Let's just pull up really quick, okay? Notice the sounds, right? So you also need sounds,
Welcome to
right?
the Level 5 Zone 1 facility, where our mission is to maintain vital systems for the Level 5 community. Please direct any questions or concerns to the Level 2 duty officer.
Sure, if I'm sharing the screen. Do you guys see the screen? Sorry, I think my laptop.
If you are sharing something, it's not visible.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, something happened. Okay, sorry guys. Technical difficulties.
No worries, we all know that.
Okay. All right, here we go. So let's take that one for example. Right now, what happens is you walk around and stuff. But also the other stuff.
It,
There
if you are
is. Oh, you're not seeing it? Okay.
no.
Okay, sorry. Let me try again. Oh, why is it not working? I don't know why it's not working, but there is a P2P and things like that. So maybe Val or like whoever, like multi, like uh we need to figure out like kind of like a design aspect of it, right? Like what do we want the world to kind of create? But from this applications, we can see that we can have an avatar. It could be Magic Voxel, it could be VRM, it could be GLB model that is rigged and stuff. So that allows, the idea is that okay, Deep Logic has a bunch of characters, avatars that he has minted. Now if I want to use that avatar, I buy it, then that will allow me to kind of use it in the world that I'm in. and then go explore the world, maybe collect. Maybe we have NFTs that you just sort of collect, not really buy, but you just like, I viewed it. So we have NFTs, like, all the images of everyone sort of in these worlds. People can go walk around, run around, and like collect NFTs, and it gets some sort of point or something like that. And I don't know, we can gamify it. So the idea is that we would gamify the experience for both the artist and the collector. So that way, it sort of it creates a use case for it, because otherwise, what is the point of creating a spatial experience? And as a marketplace, you just want to create more sales from an artist perspective, or from a collector perspective. So the easier way we can explore thousands of like hundreds of NFTs or like images, and find the one that you want. That's that like that. I feel like that would create some sort of like better experience in terms of like more users onboarding it, playing around, talking, and things like that. Kind of like Decentraland and all these other ones. But this the idea of creating your own personal room, your own world, basically, that you would get. And then you have a menu that you can buy and sell, but then you can also play some games inside of it, talk to other people, just in the community, sort of like to kind of explore it and things like that. So the reason I wanted to show everything, or just these examples, was so that, like, as you guys have an idea. So feel free to, like, maybe jot down some ideas or whatever, what kind of features we would like to build out. And to be honest, like, what is the MVP that we want to launch? Like, what is the first thing that, as an artist, you're looking for that would help you generate more sales, from a metaverse or codaverse perspective, right? So based on that, we can create it. So as of now, we would say we're code ready, but we need product ready. So we need requirements, we need designs, or whatnot, and things like that. So I feel like yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to think about it, I will send some links and etc. And yeah, we can go from there.
Wow, yeah. Actually, yeah, we've been like thinking about getting some the extended reality worlds for the artists, and yeah, let's probably have some hacking session tomorrow or the Friday. That would be super nice. And yeah, we can like figure out something together. That would be super nice. So we can like spec out the first version.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
nice.
that'd be nice. Yeah, yeah. That's all I really have. But I think, and by the
Yeah,
way,
really nice.
this stuff is like no one has yet, and this is very, but well, like, this is like the you can have a view. Basically, we can control, like, we can have any 3JS, A-frame component, Babylon JS, um, all these different things. We can kind of wrap it around. So the CS1 game engine basically wraps out Babylon or 3JS or A-frame. So it allows us to kind of use any different components, and also TypeScript and better code management as well. So I think that would help as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really much needed. I guess that this year will be year of the 3D NFT marketplaces. So there'll be like much more 3D stuff, and there's like everybody's running their own spatial world, and there's like a lot of virtual worlds are coming. It's really looking forward. What a time to be alive. Yeah, I would like really research more how it's possible, like for example building the fashion items. For example, like somebody will have like their VR avatar, and how it's possible, if there is some the formats to have like this interoperability between these the assets or something like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward for this. Cool, I guess if no one has the question, so far, I think it was really have you around, and yeah, I guess we meet each other on the Discord anyways. So feel free to show up on our Kodadot Discord as well, and hope Not the techno is playing. Fuck. And and yeah, you should cut it here. And hopefully, see you on another meta hours. And I guess we should like split it between some developer updates and some the essential updates, because we would like to have probably next meta hours have it broadcasted on the Twitter Spaces, as Twitter Spaces are being recorded, so actually we can like get more audience coming through there, as not everybody is every time on Discord, and this time we actually made it 1 hour earlier. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. So see you in the internet. It was a really good one. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Nice seeing you, hearing you.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.